While I was watching Late Night with the Devil, two phrases kept popping into my head. Both very cliche, very common phrases, but they just never felt truer. The first phrase, instant classic. This movie will stand the test of time. It can't get old. It always is fresh. It's fun. It's engaging. And the second phrase, slow burn. If you were to look in the dictionary for the definition of slow burn, a picture of Late Night with the Devil would be right there. It's perfectly paced and it perfectly builds, slowly keeping you engaged, interested, and then the back and forth between the black and white and the color just is enough. That's that slow burn where you just like, while it's in color, you're like, oh my gosh, this stuff's happening, and then it switches to black and white and you kind of have a second to breathe, gives you just a second, then we get back to color and like, oh, what's gonna happen? What crazy thing's gonna happen? It's not crazy scary, but it's perfectly scary. It's exactly what I was looking for. It just nails it. It nails everything. It nails the theme. You're watching a late night television show in the 70s, 100%. David Dastmalchian steals the show. He's awesome, fantastic. You can tell that he's excited about the project. He's engaging the entire time. Great acting. He's always good, and it's really fun to see him in a leading role instead of the sub roles that he's usually in. I feel like all of the acting was good except for maybe Ian Bliss. You probably know him from The Matrix. He plays the skeptical Mr. Haig or Haig, whatever his name was. He's always sort of like that for me. He just is stiff. He doesn't really sell the parts. He always plays sort of the same guy. It wasn't terrible, wasn't totally distracting, but I definitely feel like of all the performances, his was probably the most or the least engaging. Dude, this movie's funny. But it's the kind of funny that's like, you know that dog that's getting its nails clipped while it's being fed peanut butter or whatever? I feel like that dog. I feel like as I was watching it, I was laughing and I was engaged and I wanted to like lean into it more, but then my guard's up because I'm scared of whatever's going to happen. What am I going to see? Is something going to pop up? What's going to happen, right? Speaking of, no jump scares. Doesn't get better than that. That's when you know the idea, it's committed to the bit. It's committed to the theme. In my opinion, movies that choose to not have a jump scare or just have one or two know that what they're making and what they've got is high quality and it's good. They're not relying on those jump scares to keep the viewers engaged. They're relying on the writing, the acting, the story itself to keep the viewer engaged. And Late Night with the Devil does that perfectly. You're engaged in the story and you're engaged in the fear, the thrill because of what you're seeing, not because you're anticipating, being scared, being jump scared. The hypnosis part was where I really was like, oh, dang, like we're getting into it, right? And it does it so well it lasts for quite a while going between us, the viewer, watching the spiral and then the audience and then the guy being hypnotized and then to, the host and everybody, and just it keeps going, looping through and really as it's happening, you're not really thinking I'm being hypnotized. And then after it's kind of revealed that is what happened, it just was, I've never seen anything like that. And it sort of stuck with me after where I was like, dang, I sort of feel like I got hypnotized. And I think that was awesome. It was fun to see that. I've never seen anything like that before, it just was a really fun and interesting. And then it sort of paints the entire movie in this different light where you're like, wait a second, what's really happening? And especially more as the movie goes on, where you start to really wonder, wait a second, what exactly is real, what's not? And it's just such a great job at selling that point. I feel like a lot of people are getting down on the special effects and how they weren't so special and how they looked fake and they looked bad. Dude, I was here for it. I thought they were really cool. The lightning, how everything looked fake, like it looked sort of silly, and it played into the humorous side of the story, but it was also scary at the same time. So I was really like the black puke that the first guy comes out of his mouth, like it feels fake, it looks dumb, and then the lightning that's going through the stage and stuff, and especially at the end, that all, like, I thought it was cool, and I liked it. I don't know what else to say about it other than, unlike other people, like I really thought that it was cool that it didn't look so real. It played into that 70s theme and that 70s vibe. Speaking of the end, laser head possessed girl, it was cool. It was cool. It was. For her to be just melting people, killing people, all the stuff going on, I thought it was really cool. I really liked that. That's how it built up. That's how I'm kind of on the fence. Part of me feels like the movie should have ended right there. It should have ended with her killing everybody and kind of staring at Jack Delroy or staring at us, the audience, after killing everyone, and that kind of just to be left like that. And then part of me, because I liked the very, very end, how he kills her, but the filler in between with his wife, it felt sort of like that was the only part of the movie where I was like, I'm not sure if this is working, if this is fitting exactly the rest of the story, the rest of the theme. I just wasn't quite sure. And yeah, I get it. Like the whole, like, he sold her soul potentially. It's kind of like this monkey paw thing. Like, I can't say that I know exactly what it all meant, but that's what I basically is a monkey paw wish, right? That was what I got from it. I wasn't sure if I was totally there for it. I want to watch it again. Probably watch it again for Halloween, but that would be my critique, is just that little space in between didn't quite connect how I wanted it to connect. But I do think that it was awesome just to like have her be freaking crazy, like the wackiest thing ever, playing into that when he's hypnotized and he's like digging in the worms and stuff out of him. I like me a little Cronenberg action, The Thing being, I think it's my favorite horror movie, and it played into that a little bit, and I dug it, and I was here for it. And last but not least, it's 93 minutes long. An hour and a half? Are you kidding me? Perfectly paced, perfect length. The themes are great. It nails it. It just, the way that it's filmed, the way that it's shot, everything is done so well. For me, it's a solid 4-star movie. It might even be a 4.5 if I think about it a little bit more. Maybe I need to give it another rewatch. It could get boosted, but a solid 4-star movie. I really, really liked it. It is just done so well. What could have boosted it for me? I just think maybe the writing just a little bit better with the whole kind of monkey paw idea, right? With him selling his soul to get. I just wish if that could just have been. It doesn't have to be necessarily clearer that that's the idea, but just done a little bit better. I think in tying things together a little bit better there at the end is what would have boosted it for me. But like I said, this is an instant classic. It's really solid, and I'm going to recommend it to my friends, family, and whoever if they're looking for just it's just a short, quickly paced, suspenseful, slow burn. So good. Your thoughts, though. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want me to make a full new video talking to you guys, you can head on over to patreon.com/Austin Kohler. Make a whole new video talking with you guys about your thoughts on it. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching it, and I'll see you next time.